Hello my lovely viewers, it's Jack and I'm back and ready to get you hyped for yet another game I'm excited for. Haha. And that game of course is Evolve, the absolutely beautiful Monster Hunter game from the guys that brought us the Left 4 Dead series. Now listen guys, listen. There's something special about this game. In my head, I simply cannot see how on earth a game like this could ever get old. The replay value from what I'm seeing is just out of this world. It's just out of this plane of existence. Once they provide enough maps, monsters, and character classes, this game will potentially have the most replay value of any game coming out this holiday. And that's exactly what makes it so amazing. Now anyway, my goal right now is to introduce you to this incredible game after its spectacular E3 2014 showing. So the best thing for us to cover would be all the character classes, because that's an aspect of these kind of games people usually care about the most, and that's what I care about the most too. So let's hop straight in. There are 4 sexy hunter classes and 2 variants of each of those classes confirmed and revealed so far. And yes, there are more variants of each of those classes to be revealed. It's amazing, I know. But here's the best part. These different variations of each class won't just be cosmetic or just reskin. Nope. Each variant of a class will be totally unique in abilities and weaponry. Now how incredible is that? Just bask in the awesomeness, just bask in it. The Battlefield series should take some notes from this feature because it's just that amazing and would suit the series very well. Imagine if the support class had like a different variation of it. I'm just saying. Now alright, let me break them down and name the 4 classes. First and foremost, we have the Trapper class. Secondly, the Support class. Third, the Assault class. And fourth and finally, the Medic class. Let's break down the Trapper class characters first. Starting with Griffin. He utilizes a harpoon gun that tethers him to the monster when it is hit. This prevents the monster from escaping but makes Griffin the primary target for the monster's attack. So if you're a brave motherfucker, pick Griffin, always. Griffin can deploy sound spikes in the ground that detect the monster's movement, allowing the players to track the monster and get a rough estimate of its location. Griffin starts with 7 of these at a time, so use them with care. And secondly, the Bearded Beast also has a machine gun. It's a solid mid-range weapon that serves as Griffin's main tool for doing damage. And finally, a gadget known as the Mobile Arena. Placed around the monster, it prevents escape for a limited amount of time. This should be used with care as it also traps anything within range, including other hunters and potentially vicious creatures. I could see everyone using this mobile arena to troll their teammates. I know I'm gonna be guilty of it. I'm just telling you right now. So if you ever decide to play with me, I'm gonna trap your ass in a mobile arena when the monster is in it with you and you're gonna get fucked. Get mad. The next trapper we have is Maggie, and she hands down has the coolest ability so far. Check it out, check it out. Maggie's machine pistol is her default damage dealing weapon. She also has a harpoon mine launcher. Like the other trapper class Griffin, Maggie uses harpoons to damage large enemies and prevent them from escaping. But here's the good part, here's what makes her so special. Daisy. Daisy is Maggie's trapjaw pet. She operates like a bloodhound, tracking the enemy monster's scent. Daisy can also revive downed hunters, though it is unclear this time how that happens. She can also set a mobile arena, just like my boy, Griffin. The first support character we have is Hank. He is primarily a support character who is capable of shielding and making his teammates invincible. His laser cutter and orbital barrage still allow him to deal respectable damage though. He packs something called the shield gun. That's what he used to make his teammates invincible. Hank's shield gun allows him to shoot one of his teammates and provide them with temporary invincibility. This weapon requires a large amount of recharge time, so talk about making it balanced. Hank also puts in work with his laser cutter. It's an extremely strong offensive weapon that shoots a blast of energy laser at the enemy. It makes Hank extremely obvious to the monster and more likely to be singled out if he decides to use it. So use it with caution, my brothers, use it with caution. His orbital barrage is a large area of effect attack that summons a missile strike to a location. It is used primarily to fend off smaller monsters attempting to finish off downed players. There is a delay between using the ability and when it will strike the point the player has highlighted on the map, meaning it is important to lead ahead of a moving target to hit them properly. Hank's cloaking field is one of his most powerful tools, allowing him to render himself and other nearby hunters invisible. It is very versatile as it allows Hank to help create ambushes or protect downed comrades. Speaking of the orbital barrage, it should serve like how the Predator missile works in Call of Duty games, just for reference. Bucket is a playable robotic, yep, you heard me, robotic support hunter character in Evolve. He has the coolest and funniest design without a doubt. Having him in the game is just fun, and it's just fun and giggly to think about. Hahaha. Weapons and abilities for Bucket. Flying surveillance or UAV, whichever one you want to call it. Bucket can remove his head, which then becomes a flying surveillance camera that can be used to track or find the monster or just survey the map. Bucket is immobile and cannot defend himself while his head is removed, putting him at risk if the monster sees him from above. Bucket also has a laser guided missile launcher. Yep, it's a high damage but low rate of fire weapon, and flying sentry guns. He has that too. They are AI controlled sentry bots that attack the monster and other enemies. For the assaults, first we have Markov. He's primarily an offensive character whose role is to inflict as much damage as possible to the monster. While he has more health than other characters, he's only at maximum efficiency with the help of his teammates. The lightning gun is Markov's close-range weapon that does massive damage to anything it hits. It is less efficient at mid and long range though, just so you know. Markov stays strapped by also having a basic all-range assault rifle that gives Markov a solid damage dealing weapon for mid to long range to make up for the lightning gun's deficiencies. I should say, yes, it makes up for the lightning gun's deficiencies. Arc mines allow Markov to do big damage to monsters as well. They cannot be tripped by teammates, but the splash damage created once they have been activated can damage teammates. Mine explosions can also serve to reveal the monster's position on the map. And finally, the personal shield. The personal shield briefly prevents Markov from taking damage. All members of the assault class are equipped with this ability. Here we also have Hide for the assault class. Easily the biggest badass in the game from his look. Just look at him, he's just badass. He is an assault class character who does heavy damage with his minigun and flamethrower. Now here are his weapons and equipment. The minigun. It's a relatively high damage weapon with a high rate of fire, and it is Hyde's primary weapon. The flamethrower is an extremely high damage weapon, though it has the shortest range in the game for any weapon. Players will need to get dangerously close to the enemy to use it effectively. And finally, toxic grenades. Toxic grenades create a poison cloud thingy that can be used to control the combat space. It poisons any large monster that stands in the cloud, meaning it can be used offensively or defensively. For example, it can be used to protect the down player, and that would also mean that your teammates cannot be harmed by the toxic grenades. And finally, the medics. First up we have Val. Her main objective is to support other hunters by healing them with the med gun. The med gun allows Val to heal her teammates from a distance, much like the medic in Team Fortress 2 for those of you who play that game. It also allows her to revive down players, making her a major asset to the team. Valerie also packs an anti-material rifle. This rifle increases the damage your team does by creating a weak point on the monster. Now let me explain how it works. When Val shoots the monster, a new highlight appears where she hit the monster, and all damage done to that exact point will be increased. Tranquilizer Rifle. The Tranquilizer Rifle serves as both a way to slow down the monster and also make it briefly appear on the minimap. Healing Burst is her final ability, which gives all your teammates in the area an immediate health boost. Finally, we have Lazarus. Such a fitting name because, you know, in the Bible, Lazarus rose from the dead and stuff, and now he's a medic in the game, reviving people. Yeah, you get it. Lazarus uses a silent sniper rifle to deal damage. While it is a relatively low damage weapon, its silence makes it difficult for the monster to locate Lazarus. Then he has a cloaking device. Lazarus's cloaking device allows him to stay hidden from the enemy monster, which is essential given that he's likely to be the primary target given his ability to revive hunters. The Lazarus device. Lazarus's signature tool, the Lazarus device, allows him to revive down enemy hunters, but note that unlike Val, Lazarus does not directly heal his teammates. And then he has an ability called the Healing Burst. It gives all your teammates in the immediate area a health boost, just like Valerie. And there you go, you're now in the know when it comes to the character classes in Evolve. No more wondering and speculating what these badass characters can do, baby. Alright, there you go. Anyway, as always, if you're a new viewer, hit that subscribe button right now to not miss all the Evolve coverage coming to this channel. All likes, comments, and feedback appreciated, so ensure you leave some of that shit. As always, this has been your boy JK. Peace out and enjoy your day by clicking on the video appearing on your screen right now. I'll see you soon, my people. Peace out.